refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
What up, everybody? Welcome to Dave's Doghouse. Here with another episode to give you guys to talk about what's been going on in sports so far. I am live right now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X. So make sure you like, follow, and subscribe on all platforms if you want to see more content like this. Because you ain't gonna get this anywhere else, where we talk about the lowlights and highlights of everybody in sports. And today, I got two new entries from two new sports I have yet to talk about. And you ain't going to get this nowhere else. So, hope you guys are having a good day so far. I know that I am, and I can't wait to get started. Shout out to my boy Mikey for being the first in the comment section. Appreciate you, Mikey, for always tuning in. So, I mean, y'all know what's up. It's the Doghouse. And people are going to be getting inducted into the Doghouse today. So when you hear this, my guy, you in the Doghouse. Then you know they're in the Doghouse. And when you hear this, then you know someone's in the yard. So before we get started, this is what I like to do on the main show, the R2L show. But y'all know what time it is. Turn me up, 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 up. Again, make sure you like, share, subscribe. I am live right now on 4 different platforms. That's Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X. So make sure you follow me on all platforms. I'll give you the information at the end of the show, of course. So let's get started. All right. This is the Doghouse. So this is exactly what you see. This is where the people who don't do well go in. So my very first contestant to go into the Doghouse today, I had did an episode last Sunday actually, to kind of talk about exactly who yeah, it did. Hey, that's getting old, man. You had locks. When you have locks, that's what happens right now. It's funny, but hey, it happens when you get old, man. I ain't getting no younger. Hey, CJ is the dog right now. I just won't be talking about him today. But the very first contestant going into the Dog House today, someone who's been this team is familiar with being in this spot, but I'm more so talking about, this is a certain part of this team. And I did this last week as well with the Tampa Bay Rays. Their bullpen just, it hasn't been good, so to speak, So we got to talk about the one and only, a place where I'm from. I'm from the DMV, and I don't necessarily root for this team, but they did win a World Series. Um, it hasn't been recent, but they did win a World Series in this century, of course. I'm talking about the Washington Nationals pitching. Yeah, I was told that they should have been inducted last week. Well, this week, they're in there. Washington Nationals. It comes down to three major issues with this pitching. One, they can't keep the ball in the yard. The rotation isn't giving them any innings. And veteran starters are just unperforming. So, first one. Well, Washington has one of the worst staff errors in baseball. ERAs in baseball. 5.92. That ain't gonna win you a lot of games. It ain't gonna win you a lot of games. And yet, this is the Nationals fan right here that pretty much told me, "Hey, I think you should have put us in there." And well, look, they're in there now. This pitching has already allowed 39 home runs, which is almost a home run, almost 2 home runs every 9 innings. I mean, even decent outings, they can quickly unravel, whether it's pitching or the bullpen. It's the math ain't mathing for them right now. It's not working out for them. The starters have produced just one quality start all season, forcing the bullpen to absorb most of the innings early, and then that's basically wearing their relievers down. And then you got guys like Miles Mikolas and Zach Littell. They they haven't been doing anything. Miles, his ERA is 9.15. That's horrendous. It's just not good. It's terrible. No matter how you slice it. Littell 7.11, also not good. And then remember I talked about the Tampa Bay Rays, how their freaking bullpen was giving up 6. The ERA was 6. Well, we got one pitcher, Jake Irvin. His ERA is a 6. Like, that's 3 pitchers right there. That's just not doing well right now. Miles, 12 gave up 12 runs to the Dodgers. It's just, oh my goodness. So, it's not just bad luck. The ERA is bad. The offense is good enough to keep them competitive, but the pitching staff is bottom 3 in the league. They need deeper starts, fewer walks, and fewer home runs allowed. Until then, it's going to be like this. So, I mean, I'm not sure what their plan is to make this better, whether they're going to hope that the pitching gets better or what. Maybe they make a trade somewhere or go find a free agent somewhere that maybe can help them out, or call somebody up, call one of the young guys up in the farm from their farm system and have them come up and do something. But right now, the guys they got just ain't working out for them. So with the first inductee into the Doghouse, you have the Washington Nationals.
My guy, you in the Doghouse.
Next up, Mr. CTC Carl. I wish you were here, my guy, because this is probably something you would definitely want to hear about, because it's your team. No, I'm not talking about MSU, not talking about South Carolina, not talking about the Ravens. I'm talking about your Detroit Pistons, man. The bench, and not even just the bench. Everybody except Cade Cunningham and Tobias Harris. Just about the entire team should be in the doghouse. Because how does the bench altogether score 20 points? That's all you could muster? 20 points from the bench? Cade Cunningham had the most points in the game one from everybody in basketball. And they lost at home to the Magic, a team that was in the play-in. You had a lot of people saying that Jamal Mosley should be getting fired soon because of the loss that they had in the first play-in game, even though they blew out the Hornets by 30 plus points in the second play-in game. But the matchups for this actually fits well for the Magic because Detroit likes to play physical. Well, Orlando likes to play physical too. And Detroit don't really have like very athletic players really out there running a fast break that much. And that works well for the Magic because that fits them. They don't really have any athleticism as well. So it's kind of even across the board. But Isaiah Stewart, I don't expect him to score a lot anyway. He had 3 points. Holland, 3 points. Green, 3. LeVert, 3. Kevin Huerter, who they got from the Kings, 3. And Jenkins, 6 points. What's going to happen with that? You're the number one team in the Eastern Conference, and you can't muster more than 20 points from your bench? You're not going to win games that way. You were lucky enough to get to 100 points with your bench only scoring 20. You should have at least someone on the bench scoring 10, maybe even 15. But the entire team, the entire bench gets nothing but 20 points. And they made what? Only 3 threes off the bench? Cade needs a lot of help. Cade can't do it by himself. Are you guys going to expect Cade to put up 39 every game? That's tough to do. Now I ain't saying he ain't capable because he's definitely capable. He's a lottery pick for a reason. So he's very capable. But come on. This is only his second time in the playoffs, and this is what he got to deal with already. Jalen Duren, 8 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. That's all you could get, and you had 3 turnovers. Then we saw you got dunked on in the alley-oop given from Paolo to Wendell Carter. What's going on? Tobias Harris, he put up 17. You couldn't put up 15. You gotta do better. Gotta do better. So the bench and all the other players, y'all gonna have to step up because Cade can't do it by himself. So until then, everybody except Cade, just about everybody except Cade and Tobias Harris. This is where you belong. My guy, you in the doghouse. Now, we get to the very last inductee into the doghouse for this week. And I just realized something. I've been doing this entire thing. Now letting y'all know that this is puppy child that's being served to these guys. The last one. And this one I had to make a couple adjustments on what I was doing and actually induct this in there. This guy actually had a really good playoff series back in 2022. In 2022, in the playoffs, he averaged 27 points per game, 6.2 rebounds per game, 6 assists, almost 41% from three, just almost 48% from the field. But guess what? It ain't been the same since. Last year in the playoffs, he also struggled against OKC. 14.3 points per game, 34.5% from almost 35% from the field, 25% from three, 45% true shooting percentage. Y'all want to know who I'm talking about? B.I. Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram is just he having a bad playoffs. And he's it seems like he's given the other team the blueprint to make sure that the team doesn't win. Because when he struggles and he ain't getting the rock, the Raptors can't really do much. So last night, 7 points, 3 of 15 shooting from the field with 5 turnovers. That was last night. He is not playing well at all this year. His mid-range is becoming easier to scheme against. He doesn't generate enough rim pressure or for threes. So he's not playing well. Brandon Ingram, I don't think I have any excuses for you, because you're supposed to be one of the guys. You were a lottery pick as well. We've seen what you were capable of when you was with the Pelicans. You know how hype, how LeBron hyped you up when you got drafted by the Lakers, and even though you eventually got traded, of course, that's what happens when you're with LeBron. But I mean, what? I don't know. It seems like your game just it's not there when it comes to playoff time. Seems like you're starting to go missing when it comes to the playoffs. This is when your game should step up, and right now it's not doing that. So Bi, this is where you are. You're going to be in the doghouse. My guy, you in the doghouse. And you can already see that I have someone already in the yard. And a lot of people are familiar with who she is. Sha'carri Richardson. She was in a Star Wheel race in Australia, priced $40,000. Guess where she started in the race? She was the furthest back in that race. And you want to know what she did in that race? Oh, you know what Sha'carri Richardson did. She came from the back and won that $40,000 prize in Australia. Sha'carri Richardson, we know what she's been. This is one of the oldest and richest professional foot races in the world. The first round was in 1878. Sha'carri Richardson won it from scratch, beating the stagger to win in 13.15 seconds, which is rare. Stallwell is a race it's grass going uphill. And she started from all the way in the back. You know why? Because she's an Olympic gold medalist. She's the most decorated out of all the women that were racing in that. And she beat them from starting all the way in the back with ease at that. So, I mean, everybody knows she's a dog. But I got to talk about it today to let y'all know exactly how much of a dog she is. So, Sha'carri Richardson, the first track star to be put as a dog on my show. Welcome to the Dogs. very next contestant. That's going to be in the yard. This guy had a phenomenal playing game, and even with the loss, had a really good playoff game. Now, I may be getting his last name wrong, but charge it to my head and not my heart, because Deni has been balling for the Portland Trailblazers. I believe it's Deni Avdija. Could be wrong. In the play-in game against the Phoenix Suns to clinch the 7th seed, Portland put up 41 points, 7 rebounds, 12 assists, 2 blocks, shot 68% from the field, 3 of 8 from 3, and 8 of 13 from the free throw line. That's in the playing game. Now, game 1 against the Spurs, it was a loss, yes, but he had 30 and 10 with 5 assists, a steal, a block, shot 57% from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. He became just the 3rd person in NBA history to post 30 and 10 and 5 assists in his playoff debut. Deni is one of the he like that. The boy is nice, and he's showing y'all exactly what he can do. He a baller. He gonna do whatever it takes to get his team to help his team win. And I mean, how many people expected Portland to even be in the playoffs? Some people thought they might still be bad. They got Robert Williams out there shooting threes. Scoot Henderson is out there doing his best to help out. Drew Holiday, NBA champion with the Celtics and with the Milwaukee Bucks, and you see what he's doing. I mean, it's a lot of former Celtics on this team. You got it's I can't even think of his name right now, but it's Deni. I mean, I'm speechless right now. The boy nice. The boy he just doing this thing out there, and it's like there's really not much you can do to stop him. Let's see what he does in game 2. But so far, I mean, just in those 2 games alone, he's averaging almost 36 points per game, 36, 9, and 9. That's just about what he's averaging just between those 2 games. And this is his first time in this predicament. And he balling. So when the lights get bright, he's a moth, not a roach. If you were in the NBA chat, you understand what I'm talking about. Roaches scatter when the lights come on. Moths fly to the light. So, hey, he's shining when the brights are getting light. So, welcome to the Dogs, Deni. Down to my last 2. Next up, going back to baseball. This team here has shown that this can be a really good year for them. 2 of their best players, Fernando Tatis Jr., Xander Bogaerts, former Boston Red Sox. San Diego Padres just had an 8-game win streak, which was the hottest in the league. They did lose it on April 17th, but they were on an 8-game win streak. The pitching was elite. And then I told you about Fernando Tatis. They're winning in multiple ways. They had blowout wins, they had some comeback wins, they had some clutch wins. It's like they can adapt to any situation right now. And yeah, it's early in the season, but the Padres are showing that they are serious playoff contenders. I'm not going to say World Series contenders right now, but playoff contenders, if I'm talking about buying or selling that, I'm buying it right now. I think that's without question. The way that they're playing right now, I'm definitely buying them being a playoff contender. The defense has gotten cleaner, helping out with the pitching staff. They're limiting extra chances and helping preserve leads. They look balanced right now. I mean, the pitching is carrying them unlike earlier stretches, but the offense is doing just enough to help it out, just enough to support it. So, you know, you got that. It could be it, and this could be a sign that they are real contenders. But at the moment, I'm only going to say that I'm buying the playoff contender because, like I said, the pitching is elite. They have star power, more balance than before. They can win playoff style games. Tight games, low scoring, bullpen battles. Those games that that really mean something in October, like late in October too. They are winning these playoff style games. So they showing that they can handle it. But if you become over reliant on stars, the offense can go cold. Um, if one or two starters get hurt or regress, then boom, the pitching is gonna dip some. And then they're in the same division with the Dodgers. I mean, is anyone going to pick someone over the Dodgers right now? No, the Dodgers are still the best team in baseball right now. They have the best record in baseball right now, so no one's going to pick them over them. So right now, I'm going to say they are a legit playoff contender, but not World Series contender right now. But they're still dogs. So welcome to the dogs. And then last but not least, going to talk about the one and only big dog of the week. This person has been known to be a big dog, or should I say, the GOAT. Some people have different arguments on who the GOAT is, but it's been the same guy for a very long time. And although, what's up, Giovanni? What up, Gio? Now, for this part, it has nothing to do with what he did in the NBA. It's all about what he's doing right now. A lot of people may not know. And if you don't, then you've probably been living under a rock. But he has a part ownership in NASCAR. He had a court case that he won that now allows other stipulations to be to fit for everybody in NASCAR. It used to be only for big companies, and now everyone in NASCAR pretty much gets the same deal. Michael Jordan is the big dog. And you want to know why? His NASCAR team has won 5 of the 7 races so far this season in NASCAR. 5 of the championships have been won by 23XI, the team that is led by Michael Jordan. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, yes, the GOAT in basketball, who I believe is the GOAT. The GOAT, my GOAT, Dwayne Wade, but that's different. He also won the Daytona 500 in February. This was after the court case. So it seems like now that he won the court case and that everything's even across the board, Michael Jordan is winning again. He already got 6 NBA championships with 6 Finals MVPs. 5 regular season MVPs. I mean, we can talk about the 10 scoring titles. I mean, the guy just continues to keep winning. And he's doing it now in NASCAR. A lot of people don't watch NASCAR because it's NASCAR, it's racing. Not most people watch, F1 racing. That's what most people are excited about. But NASCAR has been around for a very long time. and Jordan is dominating in another sport. Who would have thought that a guy who was a terrible GM in the NBA can actually go somewhere else and be an owner / GM, I guess, and actually start winning? I mean, what more can you say? The GOAT is doing GOAT things now in another sport. So the big dog is Michael Jeffrey Jordan in the 23XI NASCAR racing team. That will be all. Thank you all for watching today's show. I appreciate everyone for tuning in to Dave's Doghouse. Thank you, Joe, Vaughn, Mikey, Gio. Appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. Like I said, if you want to see more content like this, you're going to have to subscribe. That's the only way you're going to see stuff like this all the time. And you're going to have to hit that notification button so whenever I go live or whenever one of our videos pop up, you get to see it firsthand. Until then, and I don't know what to tell you. You ain't going to see content like this nowhere else. Who else is going to talk about, the lowlights and highlights of people that's going on throughout the week in sports? You get the sports in the top 10 and not so top 10, but you get to see this whenever you want because you got access to YouTube or Twitch or Twitter or Facebook. Yeah, see, I'm everywhere. So if you want to see more great content like this, I suggest you subscribe. So I appreciate everyone for tuning in. See y'all next week. Have a good time. Peace out. And welcome to the Doghouse.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.